Welcome to your Teachbox sample walkthrough, everyone. Thanks for stopping by today. I wanted to take a moment to share with you guys what a Teachbox looks like and what's inside. It's kind of a strange concept to think about a box being delivered to your email every month and what might be in it. And is this useful for my classroom? Is this going to be helpful to my teaching? What am I really getting myself into? So, my name is Amanda, and I am one of the founders and developers of Teachbox. And this box is an example box for the 9th to 12th grade age group. And I want to take you on a tour. So you'll see right now that this box is web-based. So you're not receiving a box in the mail, you're receiving a box in an email. And in your email, you'll receive this link and a secret password that gets you onto this page. All right, so let's take a look. As I scroll through, you'll see that there's a welcome message. And then what's really important, everything kind of starts here. Right here where it says our October ELA teacher box. It's our essential question. To what extent does Gothic fiction capture the human condition? Every box will be centered around an essential question. Essential questions are a huge bonus for this kind of box because what an essential question gives you the opportunity to do is pose the question and give students time and tasks and texts to help them answer that question. It's also an indefinite amount of time that it could take to answer this question, and you could also revisit it at multiple times throughout the month. So maybe when you receive your teach boxes, maybe you decide, I think I only want to tackle that on Fridays. Great. So there's a link, a thread that can hold together all of your Fridays. Or maybe you want to do a 3-day lesson, or maybe you don't even want to do them in that particular month. You can still use that question another time during the year. Typically, boxes will be somehow connected to major events, sometimes holidays, things that are happening in that month. But every time you guys open a teach box, everything can be customized and personalized to what you need for your students. So in October, we are looking at Gothic fiction. But like I said, you could always talk about Gothic fiction. It doesn't have to be in October. Next, underneath the essential question, you're going to see the 3 major lessons in the box. We try to provide for you guys a variety of lessons. Sometimes they'll be short fiction. What we have here in this box is fiction, writing, and poetry. We've also tackled vocabulary and grammar and plays, even just mentor texts and writing. There's always going to be a nice wide variety of things offered to you. This is our effort to help you keep things innovative, creative, and rigorous. We know that you've got lots of great ideas and lots of awesome plans always going, and this is definitely not supposed to be a substitute. So what we want to provide for you are enrichment, exciting, and fun things to add into and weave into the curriculum that you already have rolling in your classroom. So a quick sneak peek here. You guys can see that the first lesson is a jigsaw activity, and it's based on short fiction. The nice thing is, guys, the lesson can be used with really any short fiction. We suggest it for Gothic fiction, but this is a really versatile lesson that can be used for any genre that you happen to be teaching. The next lesson is a writing lesson where students gather around the room in a circle and they pass their papers every few minutes, and the lesson kind of builds on itself. Every stage, the students write something new and then they pass the paper. And then finally, the third lesson is a poetry lesson that focuses on juxtaposition and personification in the song Music of the Night by the Phantom of the Opera. In order to access these lessons, you simply need to click on the buttons. To get your teacher plans, you'll click on this button. Student handouts will be the button directly below. Let's take a look at the student handouts. You'll be taken to a page that says that you can make a copy. As soon as you've made a copy of this lesson, it is now yours. You can share it with anyone you want. You can modify it however you need to. You can assign it on Google Classroom. You can print it. You can edit it. We ask that you guys only use these lessons with your own classes, and that if teachers that you know really like what you're doing, that you would encourage them to also subscribe. But what's beautiful about this, guys, is that these lessons are yours forever. They never, ever, ever will go away. So you can see in this first lesson, this is the handout for students for a jigsaw. There's a front side and a back side. If you go back to the box, you can download the teacher plans. Simply make a copy, And then you have directions to follow for yourself, and they're all set to go. As you can see, the lessons are Common Core aligned. The essential question is bold and clear at the top of the plans. You have preparation instructions, lesson instructions, and then a place that you can ask questions. We actually have a very lively Facebook group that's closed only to subscribers, where you can come in and talk about the project, the products, and the lessons that are in the box, and talk about ways to implement them in your classroom. So that's going to be in every box, at least 3 lessons, if not other bonus lessons. In the 9 to 12 box, we've also provided for you a tone word toolkit. Every month, you'll receive 3 images that have definitions and images of tone words. And so this library for you will build and build and build and build the longer you're a subscriber. Simply right click and you can save the image. You can put it on a Google slideshow. You can use them for bell work. You can use them for vocabulary, whatever you might need. You might even use them in some of the lessons that you're doing above. And those are there for you to take and use however you'd like, and discuss in the Facebook group other ways that they can be used in the classroom. The final chunk of what you're given in your Teach Box is a resource library. This is where the rest of the value and the richness comes into this amazing service. Everything in this resource library has been curated, specifically handpicked for you and for this essential question. So here are short stories that are ranging in reading difficulty levels. There's some nonfiction options, some things that are related to, they're Gothic related. We all know Gothic is a fiction genre, but true crime and all kinds of Halloween and madness types of different articles are all included here. And then, of course, there's some just for fun. Everything from a pretty explicit and hilarious article on Jezebel, all the way to costume ideas for teachers, and even a fall recipe. That's just for fun. We even offer you a YouTube video playlist. There are 11 videos in this playlist, and they're a great thing to use when talking about genre. There's some suggestions about how to use it. And of course, we redirect you back to the Facebook community to talk about great ways of using that there. And finally, there's always a bonus. And in the 9 to 12 box this moment, we provided for you guys a Sword and Scale podcast. This is a fascinating podcast that's curated by the man Mike Boudet, who talks about psychopaths and serial killers and how that actually is working into the American psyche. So there you have it, folks, a tour through TeachBox October 2016. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and send us an email at elateachbox@gmail.com. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll talk to you soon.